Have you ever had your colostomy bag burst during your custody evaluation? I'd been preparing for this custody evaluation for 6 months. After my ex-husband Garrett filed for full custody of our twins, claiming I was an unfit mother due to my medical condition, I had to prove I could handle parenting despite having Crohn's disease and a colostomy bag. The evaluator, Dr. Winters, was known for being thorough but fair. I'd rehearsed every answer, organized every document, cleaned the house until it sparkled. That morning, I checked my colostomy bag 3 times. It was secure, relatively empty, and I'd used extra adhesive just to be safe. I wore my best business casual outfit, a navy blazer that would hide any potential bulges. The twins, Lily and Noah, were at school, and we'd meet them there later for the observation portion. Dr. Winters arrived at 9 a.m. sharp. She was younger than I expected, with kind eyes behind wire-rimmed glasses. We sat in my living room as she asked about my daily routines, medical management, and parenting strategies. I was doing well, speaking confidently about how I'd adapted my life around my condition without letting it impact the kids. "Can you walk me through a typical morning?" she asked, taking notes on her tablet. I stood to demonstrate, moving toward the kitchen. I wake up at 5:30 to manage my medical needs privately before the kids get up, then I make breakfast. That's when I felt it, a warm, wet sensation spreading across my abdomen. The adhesive had failed, my bag was leaking, and not just a small leak. The pressure from standing had caused a complete seal failure. I froze, my hand instinctively going to my stomach. Dr. Winters looked up, concern crossing her face. "Are you all right, Miss Preston?" The smell hit us both at the same time. There's no delicate way to describe it. My worst nightmare was literally spilling out during the most important evaluation of my life. Dark moisture began seeping through my shirt. I started, but tears were already forming. "There's been a malfunction with my medical equipment." Dr. Winters stood immediately. "Do you need help? Should I call someone?" "No, I just need 15 minutes, please." My voice cracked. Everything I'd worked for was falling apart. Garrett would use this against me. The judge would decide I couldn't care for my children if I couldn't even control my own body. I rushed to the bathroom, peeling off my ruined clothes. My hands shook as I cleaned myself, applied a new bag, and changed into fresh clothes. I could hear Dr. Winters on the phone in the living room, probably calling her supervisor, probably ending the evaluation right there. When I emerged, she was cleaning my couch with paper towels from the kitchen. I stood in the doorway, mortified. "You don't have to. Sit down," she said gently. "Take a breath. I understand if you need to report this as a concern," I said, sinking into the armchair across from her. "But please know this has never happened in front of my children. I'm usually so careful." "Ms. Preston," she interrupted, "my mother had an ileostomy for the last 10 years of her life. I've seen bag failures. They happen to everyone, usually at the worst possible moments." I stared at her, not quite believing what I was hearing. "What I'm more interested in," she continued, "is how you handled this. You stayed calm, you addressed the situation immediately, and you had backup supplies readily available. That tells me you're prepared and capable of managing unexpected challenges." We continued the evaluation after I'd composed myself. She asked even more detailed questions about my contingency plans, medical supplies, and how I'd educated my kids about my condition in age-appropriate ways. When we went to the school, both twins ran to me excitedly, showing off their art projects, completely unfazed when I had to excuse myself briefly to check my bag in the nurse's office. 2 weeks later, I received her report. She'd written, "Miss Preston demonstrated exceptional grace under pressure during our evaluation. Her medical condition requires significant management, but she has developed comprehensive systems to ensure it never compromises her children's care. In fact, her vulnerability and honesty about her challenges are teaching her children empathy and resilience." The minor medical incident during evaluation actually reinforced my assessment of her capability as a parent. The judge awarded me primary custody. Garrett's lawyer tried to bring up the incident during the hearing, but the judge shut him down immediately. If Miss Preston can handle a medical emergency while maintaining composure during an evaluation, I have complete confidence in her ability to parent. Last week, Dr. Winters called to check in. Technically, her job was done, but she wanted to know how we were doing. I told her the twins had started calling my ostomy bag my superhero pouch because it helped me stay strong. She laughed and said her mother would have loved that.